Time management is about identifying what's important to you and giving those activities a place in your schedule. Time management from the inside out is about designing a life that's custom fit for you, based on your goals, your style, your way. Now, good time management is not going to create a perfect life in which nothing goes wrong. Stuff happens. But good time managers have the tools to get right back on track whenever they're thrown off. And in the next hour, I'm going to give you the tools to fix that forever. 7 tools to be exact. And these tools will work for everyone. Because ultimately, it's about your life. It's about creating the balance that uniquely works for you and living life your way. I mean, it didn't used to be this hard. Life kind of sped up on us, didn't it? People talk about information overload. I think what we're really suffering from is opportunity overload. Every day, there are so many choices of how to spend your time. And I think we're all kind of like kids in a candy shop, you know? We don't know which way to turn. We want it all at the same time. So here's a caravan of camels crossing the desert. Can you see that? I want you to very quickly count the camels in the top row and tell me how many you see. 8? All right, let's take a closer look. If you really study that, the images that you are looking at are not the camels, they're shadows. You see that? The camels are very tiny, and because of the angle of the photograph, you see the shadows. So now why did you look at the shadows first? Bigger, right? What is this like in real life when we are moving really fast? Very often, we pay attention to the thing that is screaming the loudest rather than the thing that is most important. And sometimes, no matter how much is flying at you at the same time, it really pays to just slow down and take a closer look. So my goals for my time with you today are to give you a chance to take a closer look at the way you are spending your time. I'm going to give you the opportunity to develop a completely new way of looking at time. And I'm going to give you 7 tools to get yourself back in balance every time you get thrown off track. The first tool is a self-assessment. If you're struggling with your time, you've got to go from the general, which is my whole life is out of control, I'm completely overwhelmed, I'm sleep deprived, to the specific, which is in what way? And you know what? It's different for everybody. We may all be overwhelmed, but in different ways. We all want things that we're not getting to, but we want different things. So you've got to get specific, take an honest look every time you feel out of control and ask some questions. For example, question number 1, I spend way too much time on what?
Extracurricular activities.
Too much time. She's not working hard enough. Okay. I wish I had more time for
the extracurricular activity.
We're going to have you 2 switch seats. Okay. All right, what do you wish you had more time for?
For myself.
For herself. A lot of people are missing that. Okay. How about this one? I procrastinate whenever I have to
take care of things I don't want to do.
Don't want to do it. How about you? What do you procrastinate on?
Taking a vacation.
Taking a vacation, right? As soon as I get to the bottom of this to-do list, get a little more work done, then I'm going to take a vacation. You know, everywhere I go, I hear the same kinds of answers. No time for myself, no time for exercise. Hard to say no to those sorts of things. Not enough time for me. Quality time with my family. Right? You know what it all boils down to? We all want a 25th hour. We want it. We want it. But the real question is, if we had a 25th hour, what would we spend it on? Let's see how some other folks answered that question. If I had a 25th hour, I'd spend it on...
The computer.
Sleeping.
Oh, scratch the computer. Sleeping. Yeah. Hanging out with my boyfriend.
Family.
Sleep.
Exercise.
I spend it relaxing.
Reading a book.
Sleep.
Playing sports.
Television. Watching television. Sports Center.
On fixing up what I have to do today so I don't have to do it tomorrow.
You heard it, right? Could everybody relate? Okay, I'm going to find you the 25th hour, and I'm going to find it right here in this messy closet. Most people have an easier time organizing space than time. You can see things, you can hold them in your hands, you can take out a measuring tape. Is this going to fit? It's not going to fit. Neaten up the stacks, stick them under the rug, right? You can see it, but time is invisible. In my experience, the single biggest obstacle for people as they try to manage their time lies in their perception of it. It kind of slips through your fingers. I mean, how long is a day? Depends how much sleep you got, right? And how long is an hour? It depends what you're doing. Time is relative. But as long as time remains relative and ephemeral, you will never be able to get control over it. And in my own journey of